It is my pleasure to now introduce our next speaker, Consuelo Alba, joining us for a conversation about her work as co-founder and executive director of the Watsonville Film Festival. Under her leadership, the Watsonville Film Festival developed from a grassroots collective into a nonprofit arts organization offering year-round programming. The Watsonville Film Festival mission is to showcase primary Latinx stories that illuminate our shared humanity and promote positive change. Consuelo is an award-winning documentary filmmaker and executive producer of local films. Her short, El Andalón, The Healer, screened in more than 30 film festivals worldwide, received 7 awards, and was broadcasted on Mexican public television. Consuelo graduated with honors with a Bachelor of Arts in Communication Sciences and Journalism from the Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México. Since moving to California 25 years ago, she made it her mission to honor her cultural legacy through her work. Welcome, Consuelo. Please tell us about you and how you got started at directing the Watsonville Film Festival.
Yes, thank you so much for the kind introduction. Hello, everybody. Hola a todos. Mucho gusto estar aquí con ustedes compartiendo este momento y este foro con todos. Muchas gracias por la presentación. And yes, I have done different things throughout my life, but the common denominator is storytelling. I think that stories are really powerful, and I work as a journalist, as a translator, and then as a filmmaker. And it's such a powerful medium to tell stories, to engage people, to have conversations, that we realized we needed a space like this in our community in Watsonville. So it's a conversation we had with local filmmakers, with educators and activists, and we all together began the Watsonville Film Festival in 2012. And it has been an amazing journey, and it's a grassroots organization, and now we are a nonprofit that presents programs all year.
Thank you, Consuelo. It's really great to have you here today with us. Please tell us more about how you use films to build community, hold conversations, address important themes, and feature the experiences of communities who have been so underrepresented in film.
Absolutely. Well, basically what happens when you share a film is that you are creating community. It's not the same when you watch a movie at your house and you just watch and just stay with that. By bringing the community together, presenting a film that is meaningful, that is going to connect with the community, and then having a conversation about it with the filmmakers, with the audience members, we are creating a very powerful space for reflection, for connection, and for action. And that's the beauty of spaces like the Watsonville Film Festival that I believe every community should have. And we have had an amazing experience sharing films and uplifting the voices of a lot of filmmakers who have wonderful stories to share, but they have been underrepresented in the film industry. There is not enough resources and support, so we are doing our part to do that.
Wow, yeah, that's true. Really sharing that is not the same as being at home and just kind of like forgetting about it. And it's really important, just to even have that short conversation afterwards of what that meant for you.
Yes, and meet the filmmakers. Why are they making these films? Because that's the second part of the story. When you see something on the screen, is one very compelling piece, but then you have the opportunity to talk with the creator and why they did it, and why they made those decisions, and why it's important to them to work so hard to make a film to tell this story. So it's very powerful. And then we engage community. Something very special about the Watsonville Film Festival is that we are a community-based film festival. So we work really hard to really engage everybody in our community. And that's why we are very intentional with each film that we present and each filmmaker we invite to participate in our programs.
No, thank you. I actually, my next question, I remember, how special it feels to attend one of your events. And I know in the past you put together our Mother Earth film series. Please tell us about that and why you chose the films you chose and why.
Yes, well, this was our first collaboration with Regeneración in 2017. And we work with many local organizations connecting the issues with the films we can present. And our Mother Earth film series was very special because we keep talking about climate change and environmental movement and everything, but back in the day in 2017, we didn't hear indigenous voices enough, and so it was really important for us to uplift these kind of stories, to bring to the forefront these people around the world, especially Mexico, who have been protecting the land. They have been stewards of the land, and now they are being heavily impacted by the climate emergency. And this is one of the examples of the films we presented. If we can go back to Sunu, the first one, I'm sorry. This is a really, really powerful film, and it's beautiful in its simplicity and in its depth, because basically it follows a year in the life of campesinos, farm workers, who cultivate to work in the land and follow the growth of corn. And basically, we learn so much about the land and the people, the culture through growing corn. And that's what happened when we brought the filmmaker from Mexico and had presented the film, had a conversation with her, and then we grew corn together in this community. It was really beautiful to see that this film attracted a lot of environmentalists, and it attracted a lot of farm workers who could totally relate to the story. My favorite comment and feedback was a lot of people saying, that's me, that's my story, that's how I grew up. And we had this really diverse audience and a very rich dialogue.
Yeah,
and you were there.
What was that, Consuelo?
I'm sorry, you were there when we presented that film, and at the end we were exchanging corn so that people still grow today.
Yeah, I remember I took my dad. My family, used to grow corn as well, and it's a memory I have since I was little, just walking through the cornfields. And I felt like he really related to that film as well. And thank you for bringing those seeds that day. That like as you mentioned, people are still growing today. And also, like why is it important to bring films about the environment to the Watsonville Film Festival?
Well, it's very important. We're very committed because we are in a climate emergency, right? So I believe each one of us can do what we can to address it, to talk about it, to engage other people in conversation again and in action. And film is a very powerful medium, and it's really important to present these films and keep this conversation going. I believe it should be a priority for everyone. So it's a priority for us. We're always actively looking for films to present about the environment, about climate change, but our emphasis obviously is to present Latino voices and indigenous voices.
Yeah.
And we're always looking for those films and bring them when we can.
Yeah, I really appreciate all of your work, Consuelo, especially highlighting these stories that often go underrepresented. I remember something you told me not long ago about, how our community has already been so resilient. And, having these spaces and really, like getting to connect and bringing back those connections, I find it super special. And I admire your work so much. I know your organization has an important event coming up. Do you want to share anything else about that as well? Or
Sure. Yes, we have a big event coming up. It's our 11th annual Watsonville Film Festival. Everybody's invited. It's going to be in person and online from March 3rd through the 12th. And you can see, we're going to present this film. It's about youth around the world addressing the biggest challenges in climate change. That film is going to be online for free. Everybody's invited to go to our website. You can see our program there. And I especially recommend Inventing Tomorrow to be inspired about what youth, what they are doing to help solve these problems. It's a very inspiring film.
Thank you, Consuelo. Yeah, this work's amazing. I really am looking forward. I know I'll be attending the one about the farm to cafeteria program. So I'm, yeah, and if you want to say anything a little bit about that, I know it's a really, really good initiative.
Yes, it's a wonderful program, and we are very, very excited to share this short film about our youth taking action to connect the fields next door, the farm, to their school, so they have healthy food in their cafeteria. And Mireya Gomez is leading this wonderful program, Esperanza Community Farms, that basically supporting these big efforts. She probably can say more about it, but for me, it's just really exciting to show what what our community is doing, what our amazing youth are doing to really, make life better for everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Consuelo, because this is, a perfect example of how you're uplifting the voices of people taking action here in our local community. And yeah, thank you so much for the invitation, for your work and the invitation to the next film festival. And it's really something that now makes Watsonville a really fun place to live. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Consuelo.